his basically, two players who are almost have similar careers, similar size, but you can clearly see there's a very big difference just in terms of some of the numbers here. How the sway of the gray one is, 4 inches to the right of the top. The purple one is 1.2 inches tall. So just at this level, these, highly specialized elite athletes, we've got, over 4 inches of sway difference at the top of the backswing. And in terms of sway gap, we got about 2 inches. So you can see as you look around, there'll be differences in terms of, the elbow positioning is significantly different. Like I said, the pelvis, body, height of the elbow, depth of the elbow. So we talk about how a backswing can have width, height, and depth, and we can clearly see the person in gray has more width, and the person in purple has got more depth. So sway gap is actually the variable that defines the 9 archetypes. Really, there is just there's 9 different sway gaps basically. So in old school terms, you could call it a T setup and a K. So we got Xander doing the K on the right with 2 inches. Scheffler with the 1 inch on the right. So, you have to remember golf is a rotational sport. We're going to do our best to rotate around our spine. And, if we set up in the right, inclination address, we're able to rotate. So Scheffler going from 0.9 to 0.5 there, basically call it the same. He's able to rotate. If somebody is starting out with 0, and they're 3 inches at the top of the backswing, they haven't, purely rotated around the spine. They've also translated. So it's a little less efficient. His Rory, I think he's hitting like a 3-wood down the last hole at East Lake there. So relatively low sway gap, 1.1. It's fractionally lower than average. Very similar at the top of the backswing. Very much in line with his style, and relatively lower impact. Actually, it probably means he was hitting it a little bit lower. Again, that's Xander with the iron. It is, when you look at the sway gap at impact, they're 8.2, versus 4.7 for Rory. That would indicate to me that Rory's probably hitting a slightly lower, maybe a cut shot, where a bigger one at impact, is indicating more of a draw shot.